The Game On Festival is all about showing Brisbane that game devs are still hard at work in southeast Queensland. It started back in 2012 as a lead-in event to the Free Play Indie Game Festival, but since then it's been running every year, and now it's a standalone event. Thanks to the support of Screen Queensland, it's taking place right next to the New Farm Markets at the Brisbane Powerhouse. And it's a great place to see Brisbane's diverse arts and culture scenes, but games aren't really seen that often here. Because of that, Game On stands out as an opportunity for the local devs to get together, network, have a few drinks, and for the newbies out there, get some public exhibition experience.
So we've been lucky enough that people are just coming up to us and they're saying, oh, what's this game? Well, this game looks a little bit familiar. And we're like, yes, come sit down, come and play it. And so there's just a stream of people coming through, trying out the game. And yeah, it's great because our game is available now. People can download it and actually try it out. So we're getting a lot of people playing it, realizing that they like it, and then actually downloading it. And then they'll sit there and play it on their phones as well. We're actually having trouble getting people to leave because they're hanging around playing it, which is fantastic.
While the games are at the centre of the event, there are game workshops also being run by local studios and solo developers, showing attendees of all ages what it's like to create game art, as well as your own board games. This year, there are over 20 locally made games on show across pretty much every single platform, looking at VR, mobile, console, PC. If you can play games on it, you're probably going to see it at Game On.
Endless Runner X is really fun in the sense that it never ends. That's stupid. This game is based off of that Google Chrome browser game that when you don't have internet, you get your little dinosaur that hops around. Yeah, that one. It's got like 11 different levels and different variations. It's even got a story mode about how the dinosaur can break out of its endless run. It just gives it a little bit more depth and a little bit more feeling.
So Unpacking is a game where you play the role of a girl who is currently going through different stages in her life. It's a little organisation game, basically. So what you do is that you drag little things from the boxes onto the shelves. The thing is that you have to place these objects in a certain place. Otherwise, they'll flash red and it's not where they're meant to be. For example, a diary. You don't exactly want your diary out for the whole world to see. So you might need to put that away in a drawer. This is where the puzzle element comes into play.
Pink Marmalade 2. It's a twin-stick style shooter, but you're using a mouse and keyboard. It seems really bright and colourful with a pixelated art style. The music especially, it gets you right into the mood of it. It's got this hardcore funk style EDM. So while that's bass boosted into your earphones, you're able to run around and kind of, kill as many enemies as possible. So I got the highest score for the day so far. So come at me, gamers.
I've just had the opportunity to play a game by the working title of Royale Rising from the Game Loft studio here in Brisbane. It is a battle royale game where you are running freely through the world and the gun is auto shoot, so you don't have to worry about aiming, which is fantastic because they've really taken into account the fact that it is a mobile game. Unfortunately, if you're like me, you will die, and as a result, you become a ghost. This is not the end though, and if you maintain your ghosthood through the game for long enough, you do have the opportunity to blow up other players in the game, which means you can still win even if you die.
I've been playing Fertile Crescent, which is an RTS game. Pretty much you're expanding your entire sort of little tribe that you start with, and essentially what happened is once you get it built up, you can battle with your friends. But we didn't really make it that far because Kate couldn't keep her village fed. So while I was working on building my farms and then moving on to military, Kate was struggling to get enough berries to feed every single person in her village. It's kind of a little bit less detailed than you might be used to seeing in games like Clash of Clans or Age of Empires, which makes it really simple and easy to look at, play, and just get sucked into for hours and hours.
So Game On fills this niche where it's not as big as some of the other commercial or community shows that you might see in Sydney or Melbourne. It's definitely a lot smaller. It feels a lot more cozy than those other events. But with that comes a sort of intimacy where you're able to play the game at your own pace and sort of get to know more about the game and the creator because they're standing right there next to you as you're playing the game. It brings that different vibe to an audience that doesn't usually experience games that often. With the Powerhouse right next to the New Farm Markets, at least in the mornings, you have a very different crowd coming in and getting a very different sort of game convention experience than you typically would. And because of that, it's a really unique experience that you're just not going to find anywhere else.